And yeah, now we'll get started on a little bit of Goon's House of Doom game dev. Oh, this is like way too loud. I don't know if it's too loud for you guys, but whatever. It's too loud for me. I guess I could just turn mine up and not mess it up for you guys. Anyway, this is more or less just gonna be a direct continuation of what we were doing last time. Also, I think I left some code over in the player animation control thingy. Yeah. I don't need this, thank you very much. That stuff's all good. Right, so all the logic to make the head, like, move is working now, but we just need to get the angle right. And I think I know how to do this, and there might even be a method for doing exactly what it is, but if there isn't, there's math we can do to make it happen. So what my problem last time was that, yeah, so, well, number one, oh man, okay, I might have a better plan for this, actually. So right now we kind of have this, like, crazy thing of, like, is this an enemy, or an item, or a map pickup, or note pickup? I think instead, we just, like, either through inheritance, or, like, just with another script and another object, I think this might be the way to go, is just have, like, another, like, empty object underneath, just a plain node 3D, and then have that just be one type of, like, player look at or something. Player looks at this or something like that. And that way we can, like, adjust it where we want it to be. Hey, what's up, Ironic Moronic? An area component? An area component. Interesting. Do I need it to be an area? Because the reason I'm talking about doing a sub-object is that I can have it, like, actually pinpoint what I want the head bone to, like, look at specifically. Having said that, we can actually mess with this a little bit, because, like, I know the math is all wrong right now, so we could at least get the math right and then tackle this problem once the player is looking slightly at, like, not the right thing. Unless this is just, like, straight up, like, a feature of, like, exactly what I'm trying to do and it's already solved or something. That's mainly why I'm asking for more details on this statement. My game at least. I have an area on the player that's only looking for area. Oh, to just collide. Okay, yeah. Actually, that probably would be a lot less computationally expensive, because what I am doing is I'm, like, drawing a line between the player's head and the actually no, not even the player's head, the bone for the player's head. This might be dangerous doing it this way. I mean, I still need to draw that line to figure out what to look at, right? Yeah, no, the range part is already working because we're doing distance too. Now, granted, that's one calculation we could avoid if we just have an area hitbox on the player that is, like, their, you know, range. But I'm talking on the other end, like the thing it's looking at. I need to make sure, like, the right part of it is what they look at. So if I have it as, like, a floating component that I can move around, I think that's probably the way to do it. The annoying thing about that... Actually, no, I feel less like I don't know if I want to do it that way, because I'm thinking about the maintenance of this. Like, so we already have, like, a system in place where, like, let me go to a scene real quick. It chose the worst scene. Alright, this one will work. So the way items work in my game, it's a little wonky. What? Okay, whatever. I don't actually have, like, any enemies or items in the individual, like, scenes. I just have spawn points for it, and then that way I can spawn different stuff on different difficulties, and this also allows us to make the randomizer work better, more easily. Where it's just like, okay, well, this is a spawn, okay, we'll shuffle it up with whatever. And then we have other logic for, like, knowing where to place keys and stuff like that, but that's I'm getting very out of subject here. I do the same for enemies for the exact same reason, because that way I can like randomize them, and that does work right now, but I only have one enemy, and also it's more or less just code stolen from my last project. It's the pizza song. It's interesting, thanks. Yeah, so like, for example here, like this ammo spawn only shows up if you're playing on easy. Actually both of these do, seemingly. Then you get one if you're on normal, but I guess you can get wrecked if you're on hard or impossible difficulty. But this is all just a tech demo area anyway, so it's not like it's some perfectly balanced experience, end all be all of what the game's gonna be. So the thing about that though is like I could go and take all of these scenes that I use as like basically prefabs to like spawn this stuff in, based on all that logic, but I don't know, maybe it's not as big a deal as I'm making it out to be, because like right now I just don't have a lot of like items, but like in the long term there'll be like a lot more, but we also only need to do it once per item type, so I don't know. I guess alternatively, how else would I even do it? So maybe I should just do this. Having said that, your comment about using an area would totally work, and I might actually do that. It's not a bad suggestion at all. Thank you, by the way. Because everything I just explained still works just the same with that. It's just we also already have it working with just doing a distance calculation. Yeah, you know what? Now I'm thinking about it, like, if you're in a room with a lot of items, the area thing would scale a lot better, because otherwise you're going to be dealing with, like, constant calculations running to, like, get the distance between the player and every single thing that they could look at in the room. Yeah. You know what's really funny about this? Even though it's a different engine, different genre of game, and like different everything, that's kind of like how we make a lot of the stuff work in Straylight, is we have like a big area and that like sets stuff off. The player also has like a really over-generous hitbox in that game. Well, okay. Their hitbox for getting checkpoints and collecting like collectibles is larger than the hitbox for like getting hit by obstacles, just because both, it's hard to gauge your distance in VR, so like that was like a compensation thing. Yeah, in the 2-meter area, right, for sure. Yeah, I think that's just better to do it that way. Let's do it. Thank you again. Doesn't solve my problem, however, still very helpful suggestion. It shouldn't be too hard to set up. We basically already have a few of those. Chat, I am so sleepy today, I don't know why. Hot take? Yo, what's up, Torpid? Let me give you a hot take on the architecture of Straylight. All the lines of code that I wrote are the best, and all of your lines of codes are the worst. Got 'em. No, well, I mean, this isn't a hot take to you, said. But maybe this isn't a hot take in general, but I do think that it is a very questionable decision to make a VR game as a small indie team. I mean, well, especially like nowadays, VR is just kind of whatever, but even when I did it, also a bad idea. There's just some retroactive insight here. I don't know. What's a good spicy take on something? No. Put a mouse in my character's head to make things make him look at things. Wish it was a better idea. Yeah, I mean, it's like a lot of ways that could have gotten better. Like if it was like, I don't know. There's a like universe where like VR actually did take off, and then it would be... Oh, I don't want a box. I probably want like a cylinder or something. Yeah, cylinder's probably the best option here. It would feel the most natural considering it's like a person. Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I'm like stumbling through my words here other than I'm like doing two things at once. I should probably name these things, huh? Player, look at area. Player... Oh wait, player... Why am I saying player? Look at collision shape. Look at area. This is invisible, so it doesn't really matter where it is in the hierarchy, but I'm putting it... I'm gonna make sure that the game over stuff is at the bottom of the player prefab, no matter what. Yeah, Torpid Possum asked me, like... Today she was like, so are you just, like, streaming on Wednesdays? I thought that was your, like, game dev meetup day. And I'm like, well... that might change soon. I'm gonna... For now, I'm not officially streaming on Wednesdays, but I will use Wednesdays when I'm not doing anything else. I'm skipping this song. It's almost over. The song's called Hot Spaghetti, the next song's called Cold Spaghetti. Okay, Wednesdays are opening up, let's get back to it. Alright, well chatters, there you have it. Sorry everyone else. I'm gonna be making a different game and not streaming it. Or maybe I will stream, I don't know. Fuck it. But... Boom. There. With Torpid's help, we got to the hot take, eventually. I love that I've, like, failed to, like, give a like... Not successful hot take, but, like, like a solid, actually hot take every time someone redeems that. That wasn't meant to be. That was meant to be, like, hey, I will give a spicy take, something video game related, obviously. This needs to be a lot wider also. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Let's go up to 5. That might be too big, but let's start there and go, like, move downward, basically. Okay, if I go look at this in a scene, what does it look like? Oh, come on, don't tell me I can't see the cylinder. I mean, I guess I could make it editable in scene or whatever. There we go. Actually, no, that's pretty much about what I want as a circle, as far as the circle goes. Scaled with the player, that seems good. Might be a little big, but again, we're still getting everything put together, so... It may make you work on your day off. No, that's literally what I've been saying. I don't know why I didn't bring that up when we were chatting earlier, but whatever. That's actually intentionally why I have not kept this as a solid, like, I am definitely streaming on Wednesdays, is because I'm like, well, eventually, like, our roguelike project might get kicked off. Yo, Chicken Salad, what's up? I was gonna say chat is full of people that I personally know, but that's not true, because someone else is here that I don't know, but... Ooh, roguelike sick? Oh yeah, cat's out of the bag. What's up, Epio? Speaking of people I personally know. What's up, Crazy Cowboy Coder? How's it going? Alright. So, I know I'm avoiding doing the vector math here, but we are gonna go... Actually, oh, hold on. First of all, this probably should be, like, at least a little bit taller than the player, because this is just gonna be, like, if something's below them or whatever, or above them, I want them to look up and look down. So... That might be too aggressive in terms of, like, how high up and how high down it'll look. That might be fine. I don't know. Again, I'll look at it. If it doesn't feel right, then we'll just change it. No biggie. Now I need to bind the event on entered and on exited. Oh, it's on the area, not the other one. I'm like, wait, what? I know it's because of inheritance. Actually, oh yeah, you know what? That's a good UI thing. They show you, like, what this is coming from, so you know that, like, this is an inherited method, and this is specific to this script. That's cool. So I feel like I should maybe, like, increase the font size just a little bit more in Godot. Like, I don't know. Streaming dev is really weird in general. Yeah, alright, I think I've committed to it. I'm gonna put a little thing on every single, like, spawning thing, or everything I want the player to look at. I'm gonna put a thing on it that says, look at this, and then this check here will look for that, and I won't need to do that periodic scan for items or objects. Yeah, this is just a much better approach. I don't know why I didn't think of this when I was first working on it. Thank you again, Ironic Moronic. It's not even like the most, like, you know, hardest to figure out problem to solve, but, like, man, I sure solved it in my own way there. and that is not a compliment to myself. Where the heck is the player look at? There it is. Okay, so now I almost feel like the player look at script should just be in this area. I don't know if that's fair to say. Yeah. Fuck it. This song reminds me a lot, like, it's not quite like a Hotline Miami song, but it is pretty dang close. That would be a pretty fun thing to listen to on stream while doing dev, but I'm pretty sure all those songs are, like, actually, like, they get, like, takedown or whatever. I don't know if it's a full-on takedown, but there's a reason I listen to only video games. Actually, that's not even entirely fair. I wouldn't play my music anyway to you guys. You'd hate it. The vast majority of you would be like, oh my god, I can't, like, I love that you're doing dev streams, but I can't fucking watch this. Oh man. Collision Shape 3D. I don't know, I could put on, like, some crowd pleaser music that I listen to, but by and large, I think it would be unpopular. You know what? I don't know why I called this actor look at, because... Yeah, I guess that's fine. Never mind. Give me that bone modifier. This isn't even a factor anymore. Although, actually, you know what? We could make it a factor. Yeah, that seems fine. So we could actually just enforce this by parameters and not have to, like, manually tweak the cylinder. That might confuse me if ever trying to debug it and I forget that parameter's there, but at the same time, I mean, it's, like, right there, so... Okay. I got an idea. Not float. Oh, right. I already have that. This is gonna break a lot of stuff when I do this. And by a lot of stuff, I mean one stuff. Yeah, this will just not exist anyway. Yeah, all of update look at won't even be a thing. I mean, it will, but it'll be like a event handler, not a or a signal. What do you call that? Signal listener? Whatever. Cool. All right, rebuild real quick, like. Oh, I should have a default value for this. Hey, it works. Nice. You know what? We'll just have a direct reference to the collision shape as well. Oh, dang, but I need the shape inside the shape. Dang it. That's okay. We can just infer that it's a cylinder 3D and then like do a check and log a warning thing if it's not. Because that's not like the end of the world, you know? So for our vertical, we want 4. Horizontal as well. Or actually, wait, is that what our cylinder looks like right now? Honestly, don't even know. No, it's 4 and 5. Oh, right. No, height is... Okay, I'm using the Y parameter for height. I'm going to use 5 for radius. None of this really matters that I get this right in the default values, but fine, whatever. And then I need the collision shape as well. Shape 3D. And this is going to be an area 3D. Actually, do I even need that then? Because it might have a reference to its own shape. Holy hell. Looks like no. Also, I almost just deleted that entire class, but whatever. Cool, so I'll have a reference to it here, and then we can mess with it later. Just because I literally always forget to go set my parameters after adding them in Godot, I'm gonna set it now, and then we won't have to worry about that. Cool. Oh, and we should make a method, a listener method. Pretty sure those need to be public. I should really just test that at some point. Honestly, we're in a new version of Godot. Maybe they don't need to be public anymore, but since this is all very experimental, I'm going to leave it public for now. First thing I want to do is just have the head spin when they're in range. Yeah. Like, use the existing logic, but wire it up to this new thing. And then we will actually go do the correct math for figuring out how to do the calculation here. Public void... on body entered, or on, no, not body entered, on area entered. What parameter does this give? I know it has like some, it's not a collision, it's like, it's an area, okay. Oh, no, I have this backwards, okay. So I actually do want body entered, because it's when a body enters this area, I think. Yeah, when body enters this area, okay. Otherwise, we'd be looking for an area. Actually, no, wait, hold on. They might be areas. Let me look. Yeah, the items aren't, they don't have any physical hitbox, so they probably are areas, not bodies. God. Yeah, no, I know, I had, because I had the area, I was thinking backwards, but thank you. Let me check, because I actually don't remember now. Okay, here's the items. Well, no, the player, I don't want the player, well, I don't really care if the player looks at enemies, so we'll worry about that separately, I think. But we can probably, like, if I want both, then she's body entered for that one. Yeah, probably, but I'm not sure. What do I use here? Yep, they're area 3Ds. Okay. Big key, chat. Big key. You know, I sometimes think I'm, like, kneecapping myself by, frequently, like, drinking when coding, but I'm no less sluggish while sober here, as you can see before your very eyes. Okay, so on area entered. Holy hell. Oh yeah, I really wish I had a better way to do the item slots. Surely I can find a better way to do that. But, you know. Wait, you're not the right thing. Oh, I didn't set the parameters correctly, nor did I rebuild, so it doesn't know that the method's there. I can just give it the name, then we'll get the parameters correct. So much shit. Alright. Area 3D. Collision. Or other. I'll just do other. Whatever. Semi-standard terms. Okay. Now. I need to... So what's that script? I need to, like... I don't know if these have scripts on them or not. They probably don't. Oh, they do. Yes. Okay, so I need to add something to this script to, like, link back. Or maybe I even have what I need. Annie Sprite. Hmm. Yeah, so you have an item script on you. Oh, that's not what I want though. Dang it. I mean, we could make this a parameter for all items where it's just had the, like, point at area or whatever. I mean, we need it anyway, right? So... I mean, hell, it could be a parameter on the actual item, and then just call that a, like, make it a vector or whatever. And that'll give it, like, positional information. Enjoy your lyric, Frank Rizzo. Good to see you. Okay. So, negative 0.5 should be right on the dot there, so that's where we want the player to look. Look at the spot. And... oh, this is my prefab folder. This will go under items because it is item related, and whatever else I might stick this on, it's also going to be in that same sphere of item stuff. Look at point of interest. Point of interest. There we go. My nomenclature is astoundingly incredible. Yeah, and I don't need any parameters on the script. I just need it as a, like, I mean, actually, at that point, I don't need to make this script, because I don't think this will do anything else, right? Like, it's just, again, I'm kind of, like, running in circles in my head here of, like... The thing with making it just a vector as, like, a parameter, like, on the item itself, or on the area itself, I don't like that because it is, it's very, like, what the hell am I trying to say, chat? It's going to be like local coordinates, but that's not going to auto-translate to global coordinates. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. So I would have to then do, like, I could still use that, granted, but I think this is just way easier, so I'm going to do it this way. Like, because I could, you know, take the parameter, and that's like an offset, right? And then I take the origin global coordinates of whatever the object is that I'm looking at, Like that would work, but that's just so much extra steps for like, I can just put a thing here and point at it, you know? And I do have some sort of inheritance structure set up with, okay, well, first of all, I think we've, figured out we don't need this script, so goodbye, script. Okay, but wait, I do need a parameter on item, or maybe even higher up than item. Oh shoot, that's right, for the map pickups and the note pickups, those are not items. That's actually a completely different system for reasons. That is unfortunate, but at the same time, oh well, I guess. So if I make another class, like just a blank behavior class that's like something that you like look at, right? Wait, can you do? Whoa, what the hell? Private, little slip of the, what the? Oh, it's because I didn't, it's like auto-filling stuff. Private class, oh wait, not class, interface. Creative naming, I know. Oh. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that was a rule. Elements defined in a namespace can be... Oh, cannot be... Oh, okay, only... Yeah. Fine. Public interface. Whatever. I don't care. Oh, but here's... Okay, no, but this is the kicker, though, right? Export... Private... Or, well, I guess protected. Node 3D... Look at target. I'll make a separate file for this at some point. Why was I going to do get and set? Oh, right, it's interface. It can't contain fields. So it would need to be an abstract class, which is... the thing I don't like about that is that... Like, if I want to implement this, like, blank across the board for, like, enemies, map pickups, item pickups, like, this already has an important, like intentional, like, parent class of something else. So, like, yes, I can push that one layer up with my other, with my abstract class. Like, if I have, like, a proper abstract class, it's not actually implemented. Oh, this is also an abstract class, right? Oh, yeah, I think this is, like, the same thing I've, like, been going through with, like, every single time I like add something to like an item or a weapon or something in this game. Oh man, okay, but yeah, I don't know if that like, I can just like make that assumption that like, oh yeah, it's gonna be an area 3D. I mean, I guess I can. But I don't know, for the, like doing it just for the sake of like, adding another little parameter here. I think we've already got things like abstracted out enough. I don't need to make extra classes just for the sake of it. We'll just have like a separate export on each type of thing that we need to have the player look at. It's not perfect, but I don't know what's better. Y'all ready to get funky, chat? Look at target point. Oh, also that shouldn't be private. That needs to be public because we're going to use it. Okay, so now... Oh, you know what? Actually, I am kind of coming around on the idea of having, like, a generic abstract class. Okay, let me go look at the other, like, the map pickup and stuff like that really quick. Alright, Alright, so map pickup is just one instance of something. It is also an area 3D. I mean... I don't know. What's the other type of thing I was checking for previously? Oh, note pickup. I bet note pickup's gonna be basically exactly the same. Enemies will be different, but enemy also has a base class. I'm kind of coming around on like making another abstract class here. That's only 3 things. It doesn't feel worth like making an extra parent class just for that reason. Sleepy. Yep, look at that. An area 3D just like everything else. Okay. Signal's already wired up on that guy. Oh, actually, yeah, this is... Hey, look at that. Elisif. Oh, there is note pickup. We'll do some stuff in here. Other as item dot look at position. Oh man. Look at target point. There we go. So keeping it. Oh wait, yeah, no. A vector would never be what I want out of this. The node is perfect because, like, we set this once when you enter the space and unset it when you leave the... Oh yeah, I need to bind that event as well, by the way. On area exited. I'm gonna do something a little weird, but I think this is the best way to track this, because the problem is the thing that the player's looking at is, like, we won't be able to just compare, like, is that the same object? We have to go into the object and figure out, like, okay, well, what's in here? But if I take the instance ID of it and save that alongside the, like, look at point, then I can do a direct comparison of, like, okay, what's the other thing we're colliding with? Is it the thing that we currently have set to our target? No? Well, then I don't care. You know? Ooh, tricky situation though. Say there's like, okay, actually we already have this problem. In fact, the room I have open in the screen here, the gazebo room, has this problem. So like, honestly, all 4 of these are, where are my items? There we go. Oh my god, please. Thank you. They are, very close to one another, as you can see. So when the player picks one up, I need it to like have the other one queued up to be like, oh, okay, well, that one got picked up. Well, here's this other one. So I know I said the word queue, and like a queue structure is kind of what I need, but at the same time it's not, because I need to also continuously read from like whatever's at the like front of the queue. Or maybe not, because I could peek, I guess. The other weird thing about this, you know what, actually, the more I think about this, the more I think, like, we'll just do, like, the same thing, and then I'll compare instance IDs with the, whatever the, like, current object is, or whatever. Yeah. Let's do it that way. I lied again, chat. We're actually using a queue structure. What am I doing with this collision shape? Do I even need this? Oh, that's why we have it. Okay, this is for the on ready. I'm like, I added this and I don't know why. Public override void ready. If collision shape is null. The logic here. I'm trying to think of the best way to write this so it's not just like a messy nest of if statements, but I also do want to give like meaningful warning messages back in case someone's like setting up a room and like they don't set something up correctly and it's like, oh, this thing happened, like go check this. I don't know though. I really don't know what to do with this. I guess maybe I'm like gold plating this. Let's just get it working first. But I do want to make this work. So do null check this because in case it's actually null, I don't want to like break the whole script just because of that. And I guess we could also null check the collision shapes like type. Or not null check, do a type check. Cylinder shape 3D, that's what we're looking for. Actually, hell, at that point, like, we can just do a null ternary, or not even a ternary, just a, whatever. Yeah, because null is whatever will always return false, so that's fine too. Collision shape dot shape as cylinder shape 3D dot height equals max look at distance dot y dot radius equals max look at distance dot x. And then we'll just throw a little debug message in here just for the hell of it. That's what I'm missing here. Alright, there's no warning level, it's only error or normal, but whatever. I mean, there might be like a parameter or something I can pass in there. Actor look at script. We did not have a collision shape parameter specified, or was a... Oh, this is the part where it just plays all of the, like, victory sound effects, right? Yeah, no. Skip that part, always. Or it was not a cylinder shape 3D using default shape values. Or look at wow, that was certainly a way to spell radius. Look at range calculations, whatever. There's like, okay, hold on. There might be a way to print a warning. Godot print warning. Not to debugger. Oh, well, no. Oh, okay, so I can do this apparently. There's like special text. Whoa. Alright, whatever. It works for me. Pardon me, oh my gosh. Ooh, man. Okay. So sleepy, chat. Who did this to me? And why is it me? Honestly, I really wasn't up that late last night. Okay, so now we need a queue. Private queue of node 3Ds. Collided look at points. Ah, man. Okay, so here's the problem with using a queue, actually, and this is annoying. I think we might have to use a list for this just because of the way I'm gonna, like, use the data. So like, because it's a queue, I can only ever check the thing on at the end at the front of the queue, right? But in some cases, like basically, so we have this on area entered, and we're gonna like add it to the queue whenever something enters the area. But if you exit the area, then I need to take it out. So let's say like, for example, in this room, I'm walking over here. I walk into this one, or into range of this one first, then this one, then this one. Then I start to walk away. I walk out of the range of this one, and this is now at the end of the queue, but I need to take it out of the queue, so I'm screwed. But there might be a way to just like not treat it as a queue anyway, but is there like a... Oh, there is a remove at. I feel like that's not... It shouldn't be allowed, but it is. I guess it's like under the hood it's treating it as a list. I'm just like cheating now though. Oh wait, no, hold on. I played myself. Oh, I already have a list. Hey, we got one. Look at that. Inamari. Okay, how do I use target nodes? Oh, okay, that's, okay. I was like, yeah, there's no way this worked, right? Oh my god. Ugh. Worst part is I can't even go get some caffeine because I drank the last of my tea this morning. So I literally leave my house and go to the gas station. Or wherever, really, but... I'm trying to see if there's like a way, like, again, this is not how you're supposed to use a queue, so I think the queue is just wrong here. It's a shame, it's like almost the right data structure, but it's not. Anyway, one day I will actually successfully use, a data structure that is not a list. For now, though, I think we will just use this target nodes. And, I actually need to new that up in the ready. Okay, update look at, you no longer exist. How about that? Oh, well, okay, I'm not gonna delete this whole thing because I actually need this calculation. This is the calculation that we need to fix. Oh man. I'm trying to think now, because yeah, if the player's moving, I do need to update this as we're doing stuff. Right, okay. So maybe we don't mess with it that way. And look at target. Alright. All of this shit does not matter. We're deleting it. That was like my first attempt before I found out about skeleton modifiers in this. And it didn't even work in the first place, so you know. Oh, okay, yes, we have this. Alright, so let's uncomment this, because this actually gives us, like, something happening. Except... Yeah, no, that's fine. I feel like we don't even necessarily need to use this, but the alternative is to use something like list size count, and that could be pretty, pretty memory expensive. Also, the way this logic is set now, it kind of like tells itself to stop moving once it reaches like the target position, but if you move after that, it needs to update, right? Like if our player is looking at something here, and then they move, even if their head's already looking at it, the head needs to now change to like, you know... Sorry, don't mind me, chat, just sort of arguing with myself. Yeah, this is like the kind of change that I didn't know if it was going to take like 5 minutes or like all stream, and it's looking like the latter here, if we even get it done. Still though, I think this is the right move to change it like this. This is going to be very useful. Yeah, I think maybe we almost just don't need is head moving anymore. Oh, you know what? .any might... No, .any does still do a dot count though, doesn't it? I don't know. Like, the problem is we're doing this every frame, so I'm like... I don't know. I'm concerned. Sleepy guy. Sleepy stream tonight, sorry chat. Alright. Is head moving? It doesn't matter. This stuff can all go, because this is doing the distance calculation, and we just straight up do not need that. I think update look at will still be needed, but just in a very different form. Because now we'll have, like, a list of things. Yeah, actually, we could just loop through them. And this actually we'll keep it where it's, like, doing it, on an increment or whatever. Yeah. I forgot to set the thing. There we go. No, wait. There we go. Actually, no, why am I looping over all of them? I just need... So... target nodes dot any. Just like the first one. Otherwise... Now what do I do with current target? Oh, okay, well... No, target rotation then becomes 0, 0, 0, which I think we already have that somewhere, don't we? Yeah. Or maybe no? I don't know. Maybe I deleted it somewhere in the code I just wiped out, but now I'm not sure. Oh, if it's null. Oh, yeah, okay, so... Maybe I did cross it out then, because I thought that that was, I mean, at that point, there's no need to even... Like, we're just rotating towards 0, so... Like, I think... Yeah, you know what, actually? Hold on. I think what we do here is we just set it to 0 in the ready. And then it's never gonna be null now, because we're not nulling it out anymore. Um. Ooh. Am I doing that git? Yeah, so we just take that origin. You look at the that look at position. So we take that, then we take the bone origin, which is also a parameter on this already, right? Yeah, the head. Actually, I guess not directly, right? Shoot. Though I guess to be fair, what am I looking at here? If I go all the way into the model, like I could just move this like here so that it's in place, and now like we'll get a better representation of like what it's like from their eyes to the object, instead of like if I use the bone, I can't move the bone without, you know, moving the bone. So like, yeah, I think that's just a better idea to do it that way instead. All right, now that I've overcomplicated the hell out of this, uh-oh. That. No, this is like, oh man, the object hierarchy is completely different. That's, somewhere in there this has to be a, I guess it doesn't have to be a Node 3D, does it? Dang it. Not everything is Node 3D in the way that everything is like a game object in Unity. No, I'm a liar. It has a transform. What the hell? We'll even that number out just for the hell of it. Actually, that might be not okay. No, that's fine. Why can't I treat this thing as a... Oh, it's under the transform, not the... yeah, that's why. I was like, why can't I treat this as a game object? What the heck? From, look to... Right, so... Does this... Can I get at the bone, or is that like a protected, No, I can get that, okay. What is this? Oh, that's the bone ID, dang it. Origin bone. Origin bone name. Yeah, okay, it must be locked away then. Unless it's called something that's not called bone for some reason, but I can't imagine why. Oh. No, it actually is called target node. Okay. Well, more you know. Head look at target node dot... Oh, this is a node path. Oh. Dude, games are too much work. It is a lot of really annoying math, I will say. Okay, but we're gonna cheat. We know this is a skeleton 3D. Oh, actually, is it even a skeleton 3D? Because this says skeleton 3D, but like it's... Oh, yeah, no, that's right. Oh, that's not even the right bone, though. Ah, hell. Ah, hell. Spoopy 3D, true. What's up, Top 5A? How's it going? Okay, this will work, but I hate it. Just for the record. Get Bond, James Bond. You can add bones? Find bone, that's what I'm looking for. So do find bone. Nope. Dude. There was a method that's like get bone by index or whatever. Where the hell is it? Damn it, dude. Fuck off with this. Oh, there we go. Okay, get bone pose. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. Yes, you. Yes, you. Yes. Yes. There's so much BS today. I'm about to chill for a bit. Nice. About you, my dude? I'm just tired. There's no BS. I'm just tired in general. So this is actually exactly what I'm looking for, but I need to know its origin, not its current position. Note, the pose you set the skeleton to in the process, the final pose will be overridden by modifiers. Oh, okay, so the overrides won't count here, or they will count here. If you want to access the final pose... Oh, I cannot believe how good that is. I can't believe how fucking... Like, alright. You know I'm always crying about how fucking annoying Godot is to use. That is insanely useful. Anyway, No, this is no good. The time of the year. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. So the thing is, we could use node path and do get node with it. The main problem with that is we're going to be doing this calculation so many times in like a short time that I feel like, oh, can I get away somehow with doing this once? Wait, yeah, I just need the bone pose and not anything else. So we can just do this once. This is fine. And we'll use get node on this because, yeah, I realize now that that's like a reference. That's how this is like, that's why this shows up this way when you like click it, because it's a path. Anyway. Chat, I know we have not made it like literally any progress yet, but I am going to get up. Well, I mean, we made progress. I just haven't been able to build any of the stuff I've built so far tonight. But I am going to get up and I'll be right back. And then we will hopefully finish this refactoring soon. There's still a lot of stuff I gotta tear out and rewrite, so I don't know. This might take me a while. I do hope we get to the part where we're actually doing the vector math, and I didn't just bait you guys with my stream title, but whatever. This is the necessary, it's not even necessary evil. This is just good to clean up. It just involves some work. Be right back. back. Oh, I almost reread your comment. Classic. Alright. Chat, I don't know if I have it in my thumb to play Mortal Kombat tonight, but I really do want to finish that. We're at the last level. It'd be great to finally finish that piece of shit video game. Oh god. I don't know if we can actually finish. I might need to redo the level prior, but because we can definitely do that previous level a little cleaner. And if we can come in there with more items, like we had an invincibility item that we just used up because fighting, what was it, 5? No, there's 4 fucking of those stupid giant like golem bosses that just take forever to kill and do all the damage in the world to you. Especially that machine gun guy, he's nasty. I also would be down to play some more Lawrence Lure. That will not hurt my thumb, thankfully. Okay, so all this stuff is fine, but we need to go get this ahead of time. Get the transform for the bone. Bone up. I don't know what to call this. Head, bone, transform. Pizza. Pizza. Sorry. This is fucking. The soundtrack makes me jam, chat. It's the fucking music, Goon? What do you mean? Oh, can you guys not hear the music? You can hear the music. What the fuck are you talking about? Where's the music? Where's the fucking music, Goon? Pickle Rick. Sorry, that's all I think of anymore when I think of Rick and Morty. Get node Skellington 3D. Oh, you can just give it a path. Nice. Okay, well then I'm pretty confident that works. Player skeleton. Player skeleton.get bone pose, and I think that's all we actually have to do. Ah. And that may change over time. We can debug that. We can completely worry about that when it's a thing to worry about. But for now, we have the transform. We can get the up. That's the rep. Oh no, I saw Where Are My Balls Summer. Alright, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I think I don't... Actually, I don't know every single Rick and Morty meme. I haven't watched the whole show, but... Probably like 90% of things people might quote from that show, I think I'll probably catch it. I even know the "you son of a bitch, I'm in." I did that. I timed that completely wrong, but whatever. Man, I really like just took a sledgehammer to everything in here. Goddamn. Yeah, we don't actually. Maybe. Ah, man. Pickle Rick still fucks my head up. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. No, you're talking. Man, do I even use current target then? Because, like, I don't think we'll need this. Like, the current target will be what's ever in that queue. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna finish writing the on area exited, or finish, I'm gonna write it at all. And no, not for each. So we want, I actually think this is a long, not an int. object instance, or target instance ID. And then I kind of need to do this. It's an unsigned long. Pardon me. Also, this is just gonna be a one-liner, so, you know. Oh yeah, we haven't implemented this in the other things. I also need to go implement this on all of these freaking objects as well. That's pretty annoying. Target nodes dot add this guy. Oh, right. I need the No, wait, what? Oh, target nodes is not. Yeah, it's a transform 3D. I'm gonna turn that into a node 3D. I feel safer that the like distance to the other thing will remain more correct if I do that. I guess it really only matters for stuff that moves, but whatever. That's fine. This is gonna fuck up a lot of stuff, actually. I mean, there's so many things already fucked up in this class, so... Oh well, I guess, but you know. Are we even using bone or bone index or any of this shit? Okay, I think this is all... Yeah, this is all fucking... nonsense. Also, I feel like the modifier thing would be the way to go with, like, big head mode or any cheats like that. Let me double check really quick, but I feel like... I'm pretty sure there was a bone modifier that's like, damn it, I thought it would, like, keep it there. I'll just search for bone. Oh my god, what are you? You are a look at modifier 3D. Okay, so the word bone is just not there. Modifier. There we go. We have retarget modifier, XR body, whatever. Anyway, none of this really matters anyway. I guess I'll keep this line of code just for posterity whenever I do add stuff like big head mode. But genuinely, if I were to uncomment this, I think this would actually still work. I don't know if these are still getting set or not. I might have deleted that part. Bone index. I did delete that part. Fucks my head up every time I remember it. Okay, initialized is still in use for now. So I think we just get rid of that. Or get rid of the other stuff, because right now there's like a lot of clutter in here. Current target, I don't know if I'm going to need that. Current rotation we will need. But like, that's sort of, that is our, that's what we use. Yeah, current target, I think we get rid of that. Because that is like, assuming there's just one target, when instead we're going to just have like nodes, and it's whatever came into your range first, and then we'll take it out as you get out of range of it. Probably didn't make any goddamn sense. You know what? Honestly, this logic is just wrong, so I'm gonna just get rid of this. How about that? Actually, what the hell was this even doing? Oh yeah, no, that's calculating the angle. Oh, right. Transformed on origin. So now we have the 2 points that we're trying to look at. And that part's working. Oh, God. You know what? Out of curiosity, how does this work? Try get non-enumerated count. Source out int count with enumerator. I don't know how efficient that is. I mean, what we could do... Actually, yeah, hold on. Hold on, chat. I'm not gonna just say, oh, well, I hope this performs well. Let's actually make this work right. Private int... target count. So instead of that any, we'll just check target count, and then we'll keep this up to date as we remove or add things to the list, you know? Pardon me. So now we actually will need, won't have this condensed view anymore. Sad guh. Oh, wait, no. Actually, yeah, it's gonna be slightly different over here. Because, like, here we're just getting the IDs out of this if else. Dude, why is the music for this game so fucking good? Like, what? Who allowed them to make the music this good? Right on. Enjoy your gym session, Top 5A. Thanks for hanging out. I'd replay this game, like, in an instant, honestly. Though, honestly, kind of not really, because I haven't played Anton Blast yet. I really would rather play that. And you know what actually is the most shameful thing? I never played Wario Land 4. I've definitely played the first one. I played the first one on stream a little while back, because I was going to go play all the Wario games, but I didn't. Not Wario Land 4. I do want to play that too, but I meant to say the Game Boy Advance one. Blah. I'm gonna say Wario. Hey, what's up, girl chat? You've been summoned. Welcome on in, by the way. That's definitely what I meant to type. Thank you, autocomplete. One of these days I will stream it. I played Wario Land... Wait, no. I got... Hold on. List of Wario games. Oh, you know what I have randomly... I had this game as a kid. Wario Blast. Anyone play that? Anyway, we played Wario Land 1 on stream. I don't really remember why the hell I played that, but we did. I personally have played the Virtual Boy one. I had a Virtual Boy growing up, and that was like, I had that and Mario Clash or whatever the hell the Mario thing was. And I also had Wario Land 2. I have not played 3, I have not played 4, I have not played World. Okay, that's where I was getting confused. The GameCube one's World. There we go. I don't know what the fuck Wario Master of Disguise is, but now I kind of want to play it. I haven't played Wario Land Shake It. Maybe I should play that. I played, I think I played all of the mobile WarioWare games. Yeah. The first one, definitely played that. Twisted, I know I did play that, because I remember the stupid-ass gimmick with the motion sensor thingy. I also had that Kirby game with the motion sensor. That was a fucking weird video game. That's on Switch Online, isn't it? I think I played that at my friend's house the last time I was hanging out. I played Touched for sure. I played Smooth Moves. Smooth Moves is one of like the best Wii games. Probably like third best motion control or use of motion control after it was Zack and Wiki and Silent Hill Shattered Memories. I probably made someone mad by saying those things, but whatever. I haven't played Snapped. I haven't played DIY. I haven't... No, I have played Game & Wario. In fact, we streamed that. Haven't played Gold, haven't played Get It Together, and haven't played Move It. I have played Wario Woods, though. And Wario Blast. Actually, I haven't played the NES Wario Woods. I played the SNES one. Wait, how did I play the SNES one? Oh, wait, never mind. There is only... Oh, God. Okay. It's listed as one entry in here. Yeah, for NES and SNES. There's also just a or the online service on SNES. My greatest achievement? Wario Land 4 for the Game Boy Advance. Anyway, sorry for that Wario tangent. I quite like every single one of those games that I just listed that I've actually played, so... Actually, I don't know. Twisted... But the rest, though... Was I not like Master Disguise? Now I gotta know what it's like. The fuck? Okay. Then we do... Now we do the loop. People seem to love the GameCube one, which is why I want... No, not for target count. I mean, I guess I could... No, I can't do that because I'm going to increment it and decrement it during this. You personally like it, so it's cool. I have seen... I think the only time I've ever seen that game is... I don't know why I'm, like, embarrassed to admit this, because it was, like, a million years ago when I used to watch. But I saw it on the Game Grumps. That's fucking JonTron era Game Grumps, I'm pretty sure, which is not a very long period of time considering the grand compendium of how long that channel has been around. Anyway. It's very weird. It is indeed. I assume you meant Wario World and not the old days of Game Grumps. Before JonTron crashed out like so goddamn hard. It just became like fucking eugenesis. Indeed he did. He sure did. It's a weird guy. As I often say. Oh, actually, I guess if we don't have... If target instance ID is null, then just get out of here, because we didn't find anything. So the reason this is the whole reason I'm doing... Well, actually, I would have needed to do this anyway, because I need to get the instance ID, not of the object that we collided with, but the target thing to look at. I am making this so much more fucking complicated than I needed to. Like, I could just have it be... Like, the thing you're colliding with is the thing that you're looking for, you know? But instead we're here, so whatever. Whatever. Why? What? Oh. Right. That's actually completely fair. Forgot how to code for a second. Target things, target nodes, there we go. If... Actually, oh yeah! We really don't need to do anything other than match one. We're only colliding with one object. This doesn't get called with, like, multiple incoming things. I was about to over-architect the hell out of this. If target nodes at I dot get instance ID equals target instance ID, then we do target count minus minus. We do... Okay. The, like, super high-level programmer in me wants to be... Instead of, like, minus minus or plus plus, like, every time we modify it, we should just instead set it to, like, whatever the new count is after taking the record out or putting a record in. But... I don't know. There's not like an insane risk of like data inconsistency. If someone were to like hack this game with cheat engine and like modified this value, like you would just blow the game up and congrats, you broke it. I don't give a shit, you know? Like, that's the only scenario where I see this, like, getting out of sync with, like, the count, because, again, the count, increment, and decrement is right next to every single ad. I mean, I guess we don't have this yet, but... Oh, wait, why don't we have this yet? Hold on. See, now, here is where I probably could use, like, some common logic if I had turned all of these into, like, the same common core class, but I don't like... Like, I don't like the hierarchy that would create in terms of, like, class inheritance. Like, I feel like that just mixes, like the map... you know what, honestly, though, the map pickup and the note pickup are... They're tangentially related to items. It's just, they, like, the note pickup's a separate thing because it launches the screen where you, like, see the note as soon as you pick it up. The map pickup's a different thing because it has to make a bunch of, like, other calls to, like, the service that, like, syncs what your current map looks like whenever you pick it up. It's an incredibly overcomplicated description. Man. You know, I'm gonna say, like, oh, he's not here so I can say this, but I don't know how the hell Int is gonna figure out how to fucking navigate this stupid code base that I've created. It's not stupid. I'm not getting down on myself, chat. But it's it is certainly not exactly the easiest thing to understand. That's for dang sure. Okay, this would be a problem, but one, we're not in a for each. If I was in a for each, this would actually cause an error. But like, if I continue from here, it could also cause an error. Or actually, would it? Does count... Like, this check triggers every time you loop, so if the count goes down between a loop, you'd be okay. Either way, it doesn't matter, because you're only looking for one of these, so if you find it... Actually, we don't even need to return, just break. Whatever. Okay. Chat. Actually, you know, honestly, nobody's ever ridiculed me for using Visual Studio on stream, but this kind of shit, and again, I know probably Ryder probably does this too, but like showing like just that right there where it highlights, okay, this is what you're breaking out of. That's chef's kiss, man. Anyway, neither here nor there. So I'm not exactly like a fan of Microsoft by any means, but Visual Studio is pretty good. Well, Visual Studio has its own problems, but like for all its problems, it is an incredibly useful piece of software. What the hell? Populate target nodes. Recursive function. Yeah, we don't need this shit at all, which is awesome. This feels very good to delete because what this is doing is it's like using recursion to go through every fucking object in the scene, in the current scene, and see, check, is this something the player should be looking at? Is this something the player should be looking at? It does not start up, so it's not like you need to, like, worry about it, ruining the performance, but... Yeah, this is just not needed. Actually, all of this is just not needed. As they say, chat, deleted code is debugged code. I don't think we need initialize anymore either, then. What do they call it in micro? So that they could create their evil company. Huge hard. Macro hard. Giga hard. Alright, clip that. Damn it. I don't know why I am sending an emote to my fiance in response to a message she sent me rather than just reacting to her message with the emote, but whatever, here we are. Uh, yeah, so we don't need to call initialize anymore. Look at all this code I'm deleting. See, this is why it's worth it, chat. That horrific code that we had there that's like recursively looking through every object in the scene is not, we don't do that now. Fucking huge goddamn shout out to Ironic Moronic for like being like, oh, you could just do this, is what I do in my game. I'm like, fuck, you're so right about that. It literally did not solve the problem I was trying to solve in the moment, but like that was such like, it's incredibly good advice, but it's not like complex. I'm not trying to like downplay their contribution, but you know. Saying it's better for sizing. That is true, I guess. But you know, whatever. Oh, right. That needs to be a node 3D now. Head bone transform. Oh, yeah, we do use that. That's new. Okay. I was about to get rid of that. I'm like, what the hell is that? Okay. I do still want this delay to, like, the internal checks. I don't want this to happen every frame. So I have this thing here to be like, okay, wait a full second. I mean, hell, I guess we could make this a parameter, but whatever. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. That can't be a const. Oh, it's a double because it's working against delta. The time delta. Yeah, there you go. Hey, we don't use link anymore. Huzzah! We don't even use system anymore. We do use generics. I'm not. Oh, because we're using get node now. The trade-off. It's fine. That reminds me, the new so last stream we updated to Godot 441. That uses .NET 8, so I can use a lot more syntax stuff, I think. That's cool. You know what, chat? I again, just I don't know why I'm digging so hard into this, but fucking, I've said it a lot. I'm highly critical of the Godot engine, but it is constantly getting better. I still think I would probably pick Unity if I was like making some like serious project, but I mean at this point this is becoming more serious than it needed to be, but that's okay. I don't care. It's fine. It's fine that we're like actually polishing this up a little bit. Because I mean the alternative is we like the fucking 60-hour game I made in Unity that with the spherical butt cheeks on the player and the animation all done in Unity. Alright. What am I missing here other than taking out the code that I don't need to be in there? Okay, this does not work, but that's fine. Yeah, we don't even need this anymore. I took that variable out for that exact reason of, like, the player's head could be moving, like, at any moment. And it has to do with, like, the player could be moving while looking at something, so, like, I need the head to keep updating its position. We already have that thing to, like, delay how frequently we do it, because as much as I can, like, offload stuff to just the ready function, like, there's still going to be, like, just some calculations we have to do to make this work. That's just what it is. Sorry, I'm having, like, Stray Light flashbacks right now. There's a lot of, like, really, like, annoyingly, like, expensive calculations that we make, like, not every second of the game, but basically as long as you're grappling in that game, which is, like, it's most of the game, your entire input of the game is grappling. Like, there's some shit that is calculated that's just, like, atrocious, but, like, oh well. That's the game, you know? You gotta roll with the punches on that one. Okay, you don't need that. That's good. Yeah, we just don't need this anymore. This whole section, since we set the rotation to 0, like, 0 is a target. This works just the same because it's the same frickin' logic. I think. Is there anything else happening in here? Oh yeah, well, there's this, but that doesn't matter. Wait, why was it saying that's a null? Oh, right. That was when we had current target doing something. Sorry, spoiled the song. Oh, that 90-degree thing is just there for a, that we're actually not setting target rotation yet, because that's the one thing I'm missing out of my calculation. But I do have a to-do for it. Oh yeah, we don't need this anymore either. Look at all the code that I don't need anymore, chat. That's awesome. I'm keeping the big head mode code there, even though it would actually just error at me if I did this now, because I deleted all those variables. But it's important, because that's the code I'm going to eventually need to use to do big head mode, and it's literally just this one line of code. Well, that's not quite true. That's a little... I do need to, like, figure out what the bone index is, just to, like, say, this is the bone that is the head, and then scale that up, and that's how you make big head. I'm not sure what big head mode code looked like in ye olden days when that was like a thing to have cheats like that, but I can't imagine it was like horribly... I mean, like bone rigging animation, that just wasn't a thing at all. Like in like the really old days of 3D, like straight up, I'm aware of that. But similar concepts to like the wireframe that you have, right? You just scale it out. You just multiply the position of nodes. It's not that complicated. So I guess I'm not terribly surprised that that is, okay, we still need that. What the hell is min look speed? Oh, okay. Yeah. That's useful for weird reasons. This is in case your computer is running the game at too high a frame rate, because weirdly enough, it will like, I mean, I guess not weirdly enough, but it's not in the way that like usual floating precision works. There's a like hidden like minimum value, or maybe it is like the cutoff. No, it's not. We proved it wasn't. Where like if you're not changing the offset enough, like Godot will just treat that as like, oh, you didn't move it. So like if your frame rate's really high, because we have this times delta as a thing to smooth out the frame rate, but like if that delta, so the lower that, sorry, I'm like skipping so many steps for people that don't know like game design stuff. So delta is the amount of time in seconds that has passed between the last frame being processed. So like the last time this method was called or whatever. So if you have a game that is running at 60 FPS consistently, that value will be 1/60th. And because my game doesn't currently cap frame rates, it can be whatever basically. So like you could be running the game at like 300 FPS and it will be like a really tiny number, and if the number is tiny enough, the engine will actually ignore the move between like this call here. It'll just be like, oh well, don't bother doing anything. Wait. Yeah, we don't need this either. The heck? Because yeah, there won't be a null target rotation. Anyway, the reason why I had this math.max is because like this will cut it to the like it's like a minimum value that will at least move the head a little bit if you're running at like a really high frame rate. There's probably some like weird exploitation in all of that. If you run your game fast enough, now it will move it at this like consistent rate that's like technically faster than it should be going. But on like a very microscopic level. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I don't think we're gonna do this tonight, but how the hell do I explain this? So there's a glitch in Resident Evil 2 Remake that makes the knife really overpowered. So like in that game, your knife has durability, but the amount of damage you do per slash to an enemy, it scales with how high your DP or how high your frame rate is. Probably for similar reasons to what I just explained. It more importantly, like they didn't do that multiplication of like, oh yeah, like scale that damage to whatever the frame rate is, so it's consistent for whatever frame rate you're playing at. What I would like to do in my game is if we're playing on funny mode, when you're using the melee weapon, your damage scales inversely proportional to your frame rate. So like the lower frame rate, the higher damage. So I'm going to intentionally take the frame rate and like do like a 1 over or whatever, right? So it's it gets higher the lower your FPS is. That's the kind of shit I want in funny mode. We already have we've already implemented this feature. I have a thing where if you're playing on funny mode, when you die, there is a 10, I think it's 10%, it doesn't really matter, I can tweak that number easily. 10% chance to delete all save files that you have on that playthrough. It's the most insane thing I think I've ever written, and I don't know if I've told y'all the horror story of the one internship where I had to write this like awful comm component to like make a 64-bit app talk to a 32-bit app. Or more specifically, like we were trying to utilize a 32-bit DLL that we could not get a 64-bit version of because the company that made it no longer existed. But we wanted to build our app as a 64-bit application. So we did that with COM. It was the only way I was able to figure it out. I do sometimes wonder if any of that code made it to prod. It wasn't like... I don't want to say it wasn't bad. It was bad. But it wasn't like the worst code ever written, I guess. Alright. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's make sure that stuff works. We'll do this calculation in a second. That's the last piece left of this. We have finished refactoring this stuff. But I do need to comment some lines off to... yeah. Ah! Okay, actually though, hold on. If... I am gonna have an early exit logic here, but it's gonna be, if the count is 0, and, this offset is 0, or is equal to 0. I really hope that equals operator exists. Return. This does work, right? Yeah, okay, it does. This is an overloaded operator. Good. That will save us a little bit of processing when the player's not looking at fucking anything. Who's DMing me now? Boom, 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 boom. Oh. I went too early. I went one beat too early, chat. They got me. I stopped one note too early. I just realized I don't have this wired up actually as a signal. Let's do that real quick. Sorry we've been in code for like 30, like probably more than 30 minutes at this point. Not the protagonist, not the old model either. Get that trash out of here. Ooh, okay, I made this, literally I made this model, but I also made this scene, so that I could like play with the like point at stuff to see like where is it pointing or whatever. I was gonna put this like on the player as like almost like a Sims crystal, but like one with an arrow. I'm not adding that as a feature of the game just for the sake of debugging. I was gonna, yeah, I don't know. I think we're close enough to like getting to the answer here. Like again, I think I understand the math now. Like I just need, okay, I have the up vector of the bone. And then I know I can draw the vector to whatever the thing that they're supposed to be looking at. All I need is the angle between those two things, and that's how it will rotate. You know? Anyway. Honestly, I might even be able to get away with just like, I know I'm already grabbing like the bone and getting its up vector, but like I could just use 0, 1, 0. Like the player is going to always be upright. I don't need him to look at stuff while he's like on the ground or something, you know? Like but I mean this will also work, and it's, since we do it at startup, like it's not like if it's a one-time thing, it's not the most expensive call that you could possibly make. I don't know. Okay. I came here to wire up the signal on area exited. Although I also need to build to do that. I mean, I don't need to. I'm just lazy. I don't want to type the method in. Don't look at it, chat. Don't look at my horrible fucking player class that has like fucking 60 goddamn objects. That's more than 60, because there's 50 alone for the fucking storage chest, then you have another 6 for the inventory. Pretty sure there's more than 4 things outside of that in the player. All the like game UI is also in here. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So those two should be working now. We're good to go on them. Yeah, screw you and your prefix unexpected. I like doing that for signal endpoints because it lets me know, oh, a signal is wired up to this. That's why nothing is calling it in code. Bum 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 bum. Okay, before we calculate any of that, 0, 0, 90, there it is. Temporarily commenting this out. This stuff should work perfectly once I have everything else ready, but right now, like, I'm not setting the target rotation, so that's just gonna, like, not work, for lack of a better term. Oh yeah, I forgot. This fucking version of Godot is just like, yeah, what? Let me set it to like a really inconvenient monitor size. Oh shoot, I also need to, I'm leaving myself a note, one sec. I need to fix this frickin' thing. Resize window no longer works after 4.4.1 upgrade. Maybe we can take a look at that after we get this working, but 2 errors already. I forgot to set something somewhere, surely. Enable to cast object of type player to Godot skeleton 3D. It definitely sounds like something I screwed up here. Man. Okay. I'm hoping that will stringify nicely, but we'll see, I guess. I'm gonna just debug this because I have no idea why it's the player instead of the bone of the player. Does not stringify nicely, chat. Wait, no, it does. The route is ... Wait, what the fuck? No, this was in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? No, this is from fucking Pete. This whole... everything I've been playing tonight is just from Pizza Tower. I'm just listening to the entire Pizza Tower soundtrack currently. I've been playing too much FF7 Rebirth while watching your streams? Maybe so. Play more Balatro instead. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to... Had a fun time playing Balatro last night, chat. So I'm checking my DMs real quick. Sorry. Funny meme. Okay, so I understand now why it's looking at the player, because it's like, okay, here's the route from here, but I think I need to take, no, I need the absolute path. Get name. Get the node name. Get concatenated subnames. No, that's not right. Get as property path? No. Maybe that? Get name? God. Let's try this. Oh, didn't mean to do that. That's really annoying because I thought like, oh, you give it a node. There's an overload for get node that has like a node path. I figured it would just fucking like know to like here's what I'm looking at. Like it's this node, not just like, oh, it's like a directory thing. It's ... Okay, well I'll just do ... whatever. Fuck it. I think this might fix it, but we'll see. There's one of those like 80 methods is definitely going to be the solution here. I just don't know which, you know? Still got errors. It's still ... Go fuck yourself. What the hell, man? Okay. Well, as much as I was singing Godot's praises a second ago, here's me getting fucking angry at it, because that's asinine. I'm sorry. That's fucking stupid. Like, if you have a, like, this weird fucking object called node path, like, for your reference to something, there should be some property on that that's like, here's the full path, and it should be clearly named and fucking... Anyway. Godot. Node path. Absolute path. A leading slash means it's absolute. Go fuck yourself. What the fuck is... Give me... Oh my god. Godot. Node path is relative. No, I don't want relative nodes. Yeah, no shit, get node can't find a relative node. That's why this is fucking useless. Like 90% of the shit in this fucking engine right now. Don't give me 3.3 documentation. Fuck off. Export node path is an absolute. Here, okay, this is actually what I'm looking for. It's not the end-all be-all. You don't need any clever editing, just edit the call from the other node. Instead of doing this, do this. What? Well, no. I mean, I guess. Ah, man. I'm actually kind of salty right now. Damn it, this person's probably right, and I'm mad. I'm mad that they're right. I'm being honest. Good job, Goon. Oh, I probably should give more content. That's fine. Player skeleton, that's enough info. It's the skeleton. The skellington. Okay, only one error. Some C# up in this bitch. You better believe it, Frank Rizzo. That it is. Double checking here. Player skeleton is a skeleton. Yes. Yes. Okay, we got the right thing now. Cool. All right. Oh, I should have tested the frickin' thing. Nothing about Unity or whatsoever. Oh, this is Godot. It's pretty similar. Yo, Int, what's up? Is this track from my... Are you trolling or are you being serious? No, not speed 100. Give me speed 10. Speed 100 would be ridiculous. All right. Wait, what am I testing? Oh yeah, I need to look at an item. Yes. Although also not yes. Okay, well that's fair. He's gonna be like that because I don't... Okay, well I just fucked everything up. Anyway, do need to fix that. I don't even have no clip on right now. Like I just walked into a weird side spot in this room. Something straight out of the Anton Blast. It's from Pizza Tower. So I thought you were just being an asshole. Close. Yeah, I mean you are. Okay, I see 20 errors. That's not good, probably. I'm Anton Blast. I haven't played it. I need to play that. I really liked it. It's kind of heavier than Pizza Tower. In what way? Oh, mechanically. You're like hinting at some like deep story. This is the downside to using Godot in C#, by the way, is most of the time when you have like errors like this, it's gonna show you like the converted code that's over in C++ that it's using instead of like. I guarantee you, if I had this exact issue and I was writing in GDScript, it would point me to the line that I'm like that issues are coming from. But instead, we have this going on. Able to cast type player interact to type Godot.area3D. Can I get like a stack trace in here? Actor look at. I mean, again, this is like the generated file on line 89, which is not going to be line 89 of the script. It's like getting errors when you're writing. Yeah, pretty much. It's 4 countries away from the actual issue. I once blue screened my computer. This is not me like shitting on C++ for the record. I used to be all about C++ in college, but like I blue screened my the laptop I was using at the time, which is like it was a game. But I don't know if it was like a full-on gaming laptop, but I definitely played some games on that laptop. Maybe not the latest and greatest, but... Honestly, in college, a lot of gaming that we did was just on the 360. Chat, I'm a fool. I should have just gone down a couple error messages. Let it show in all languages. I'm an old assembly grammar. Hell yeah. Or programmer. Hell yeah. The only assembly I've ever done is just in college, and I made Connect 4 in MIPS, whatever. That's an assembly language, right? This is interesting. So it's telling me it's coming from here, but this is like... God. Wouldn't do anything after that. I can do MIPS, but I don't like it. Fair enough. I said this before, like, one of the classes I had did involve, like, learning circuitry, but, like, for whatever reason, instead of giving us circuits, they gave us, like, a C++ library that we could import, and then we had to write everything in C++ in that class specifically because, like, we were, like, programmatically setting up the circuit boards. I do not remember that class at all, for the record. I don't even remember what it was called. That wasn't even part of, like, the core CS1, 2, 3, 4. That was, like, a side one that I also needed to do as a CS major, but whatever. Anyway. I didn't touch C# till I got to the working world, but that's just... It's the vibe here. No VHDL or anything like that? Nope. I think, like, what else? The weird thing in college is, like, they kind of, like, most classes let us use whatever language we wanted, with exceptions. Like, again, that breadboard one, it's like, you gotta use C++. I do write code professionally. I write in C#, which is... It's one reason why this game is in C# instead of GDScript. There's other reasons. There's, like, performance things. There's, yeah, I have just a general, like... I was gonna say web development job. I guess that's a lot of what we do. I don't know. It's generic programming job in the East Coast, you know. It's random Microsoft shop tech company. Anyway. You know, there's an IL2 CPP converter that allows you to recompile C# into C++ for security and speed. Does Godot anything similar? Godot does some of that in, like, just natively. Like, you can see this is, like, what it's actually running is actually C++ code, and you can kind of see... Oh, wait, never mind. This is a CS file. It's somewhere in here there is, like... Or maybe I'm wrong about this. I'm not sure. I really should know that, but... I think whether you use GDScript or C#, it eventually does get funneled into C++. You can also write C++ with Godot, but it's... Usually if you're doing that, you're probably writing a plugin for it, and less so, like, making a game with it. But you could. Like, you can write it entirely in C++ if you want. It's very flexible. But I do think it does use... probably not the exact same converter, but something similar. Really fun story about that with Unity. So I've this is not what I've ever done for my day job, but in my spare time, not on stream, I actually released a game. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to, like, sell you on this, but just for context, that's what it is. So we ported this game. It was a VR game, and we ported it to. We sold it on Steam, the Oculus Quest Store or Meta Quest Store, whatever the hell. And then also on PlayStation VR. So we've got, like, 3 different ports. And the converter... I probably shouldn't say too much about how the PlayStation one works. There's a lot of, like, NDA stuff, but we did find, like, interesting stuff with the way that it interpreted it for different interpreted certain things for different headsets. and like balancing the performance on those to like meet the general performance standards they set out was like, it was an interesting process, I'll say. It took us, so we took 5 years to make that game, and like 2.5 of them were just like optimizing it and whatever. Anyway, sorry, my fiance's DMing me. Wait, what's null here? What the? Oh, wait, what? No way. How is that null? You know, I said there was no way that the target count would ever be like out of sync, but apparently that is the case. Actually, wait a second. Oh no, that's fine. I mean, yeah. Well, wait, that wouldn't even be a null reference exception. That's an index out of range exception. What the heck, man? Looks like a cool game. Well, thank you. I was strictly just posting it for the sake of, like, context of what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, well, I can, like, at least we can, like, oops, we can do some logging here, like, when we add stuff. Sorry, I don't know why I get so, like, self-conscious about, like, talking about my game, but just how it is. Oh, no, I know exactly what the problem is. Okay, I completely forgot to do this. So, you know, I think I even said, like, I'm gonna forget to do this, but here we are. So, I've added this parameter, look at target point, but I need to go populate it in every single item in the game that I have. Right now, it's null. I'm contemplating whether I should, like, maybe put a null check in here and be like, that's null, but yeah, you know what? Hold on. Ooh, even better. Hold on. Or target, not target node. That seems fine. Oh, this is always nullable. Also, I need to set a default value, otherwise the compiler's gonna yell at me. Yeah, so another reason, like, this game that I'm making right now, I actually made a game similar to this in Unity like a couple of years ago, and I made it like over the course of October, because I was like, okay, for October this year, we're just gonna make a horror game on stream, and we spent about like 60 hours total working on it. I did launch it by the end of the month. It didn't have like half the things I was hoping to get into it, and I was like, okay, well, this is still like halfway decent, but I would like to flesh this out more. And then I also was interested in looking at Godot just because of a lot of the issues with that we started on this around the time that the whole Unity scandal happened with the CEO from EA that's like unhinged person. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll go give Godot a look. What better way to fully test it than to actually like have a project I'm working on it? And There's also performance reasons why you'd rather choose like C# over GD script when you're using a language for this game. Like there's benchmarking stats and like C# for the most part. I don't know if this is still true, but at least when I was starting the project it was. Like almost every single operation that you would be doing would run faster if you were writing in C# rather than GD script, even though GD script is a little easier to use from like a engine perspective because it's very like if I were using GD script, and you could use both in a project by the way. So there's just a tab for it here, and like I would be able to edit the scripts in here. It's a lot nicer. You don't need third-party software, but it runs slower, and I don't want to have to worry about optimizing a 3D game in this engine. That's like I don't want to call this engine primitive. I know I come off kind of that way, that like that's how it is sometimes, but oh, actually, wait, I don't even need to do this. This actually will clear up a lot of stuff. You can do one-liners again. So yeah, anyway, point is, the path here, I had my Unity game. Unity, I was using C#. I basically copy-pasted every single class from Unity over, and then we needed to make some adjustments, but it really was not that much to do. Find yourself waiting for Godot? Incredible. Yeah, target nodes.add target. Boom. Simple as that. The other thing, I just want to have like a warning log here, so if I'm gonna put a boolean in here. This is a little weird to do it this way, but whatever. If found target or found valid target, we'll print a warning out. Actually, no, at that point, there probably should be an error. Just print a full-on error at this point. Found, look at object, oh god, other. Oh my god, if that is why your name is the way it is, I have a very embarrassing thing to admit. I did not get that until Frank Frizzo just pointed it out. It's been here for goddamn 5 ever. These big brain plays. Name, that's what I'm looking for. Object, but it had a null. Look at target point. Check this prefab. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do something even weirder here. And put parentheses here. Other dot parent get parent dot name. I don't even know if that's the right hierarchy for all of these things, but whatever. Oh, I don't know why I put an underscore there. So alongside this, we'll have a boolean. Well, now we can't go back to the one-liners, unfortunately, but whatever. Win some, lose some, eh? I mean, it's gonna be mildly faster for me to just do this, I guess. See, I feel like if we were writing GD script right now, I wouldn't need to do all this, like, casting, because it's like type flexible, I guess. Okay. Oh, this is gonna just be like a one-liner, I suppose. But at the same time, it's not the end of the world. And also, being able to type check like this is nice. I mean, you can still do that in GDScript, so I don't really know what I'm on about now, but that's A-okay. Okay. Now, let's test that error message. It should, like, yell at me if it's like, oh, hey, you didn't fucking set the object in here. I need to get close to something that the player will look at. I also made my own console for this game, which was a good call. It's been very useful. Okay, so their head didn't move, probably because it did not register this. It's probably yelling at me right now. Yeah. Now look at object, area 3D. Okay. But it had a null look at target point. Check this prefab. Cool. Note pickup. Hey, it worked. That's exactly what I was looking for. Good stuff. Okay. Speaking of which, it's right in front of us for some reason. Note pickup. There you are. Parameters. Look at point. Oh yeah, I need a point here to look at. Well, this one is positioned like that, so we're actually just good with that there. In fact, I could probably assign self, but whatever. We'll do this instead. Honestly, at this point, I just need to go through all of the prefabs here. Spawnables. Oh yeah, okay, so enemies, right? Oh, they do have an area. What is this used for? Oh, this is their, like, attack box, though. This isn't, like, the... I shouldn't use this as, like, a thing that picks stuff up. Collision shape is probably what I'm looking for more on that front, right? Oh, actually... No, yeah. Yeah, that's probably the better thing to reference when it comes to, like, checking for collisions. But again, because this is actually a solid thing and not just an area, I need to use on body entered and not on area entered. Having said that, I don't even know if I, like, care if the player looks at enemies. It's whatever. We'll come back to that once we have the look at working in general. Right now, we don't have that, so we'll leave that guy alone for now. Do that. This is a rare instance where I don't need to set it on this guy, but it is weird, I guess, to like leave that one kind of broken. Garbage is a placeholder item that, like, you won't find that in the wild. Although, you know what, to be fair, if we ever do, I'm gonna be like, okay, why is this broken? Like, if I ever want to, like, make the randomizer spawn garbage sometimes, we'll need to set this. You know what, we're taking of interest out of this. We don't need it. And then, yeah, that's the same thing. So just assign that there. We don't need any offset. Oop, hit Control F, not F. There we go. Yeah, so this one will need an offset because the actual graphic is below, just like the last guy. Actually, I'm curious. Can I just, like... I think I can copy this. This won't, like, really mess anything up because it's just a random node. It even copied the transform. Yes! Alright. Hope that doesn't cause issues with, like, duplication or anything. Okay, the item spawn point we don't need to mess with because that's the thing we use to, like, actually set up the item spawns. This guy for sure. Alright. Remember, like, 2 hours ago when I was making a big deal about, like, oh, I'm gonna have to set this for every single object? It's literally just copy-paste. Unless this backfires horribly, which it could. It could. But, you know. Cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay, let me double-check that I assigned all of those, because I kind of went through that pretty fast. It's good there, good there. That doesn't matter. Oh, didn't set this one. Though, to be fair, I don't have any green juice in the the current demo, so whatever. It's funny, it's a fully working healing item, but there's just not any spawns for it, so... Actually, if you play the randomizer, I think the ammo could become healing items. It means interrupt 69. You guys are too 5-head for me. I appreciate it. Oh, never mind. Oh no, you're not memeing. That's real. That's awesome. Int 80 was taken. Waste. I see one error. So there's just like a random error that only fires off when we're in the editor. I don't think I need to worry about that. Hey, he's doing it. Although I did see more errors pop up. That's not good. Variant utils. God. I mean, for the most part, this is working as expected. It's just, the player's head didn't reset when I walked out of range of that thing, and I'm not sure why. Those errors may be something I can ignore, because I don't know. Sometimes errors just go off in this weird engine. And then, like, I run it with, like, with the debugger, like, with a full build, and then they just don't happen anymore. It's just in editor. Which is really strange, because right now Godot launches a whole new window. Like, I assume it's doing, like, an actual, like, probably a quick build, but, like, still a build. And then it launches an application. Because it's even a separate window, so, like, I don't know. Regardless, I want to do this. Just for the sake of, and I'll do this down here. Cool. This will tell me like when I'm walking in and out of the areas and if that's working or not. Because I feel like the thing that's setting the look at to reset is not working. Because that, otherwise I would just see it. I'm gonna go 5 speed instead of 10. I know I keep saying this like literally every stream, but like one of these days I'm gonna frickin' actually update the speed command so that it makes you go faster. Embedded window can't be resized. Okay, I guess maybe this is some weird embedded form. Do I not have, like... Interesting. I don't want to put a debug statement for every time we come across an area. Oh no, actually it's areas, not objects. So this actually might be not the worst thing in the world. Area look at dot on area exited. Oops. Oh, wrong side of that. Other dot name. Other, oops. Other dot get parent. Dot name. Also nice indeed. Int is quite the meme lord. I do love that, like sure, it's an emulated window or whatever. Maybe the monitor change size doesn't work anymore. I can accept that, but Why the fuck is it setting it to, like, larger than my monitor? Like, I need to fucking see the console, jackass, and sometimes I even need to know, like, where the... Like, if I want to monitor the remotes, like, what good does it do me when the window's, like, larger than my fucking monitor? Anyway. Note pickup. It, like, instantly added it. What the heck? But also, like, man. There's a lot more noise on this than I thought there was going to be. I forgot that all my camera changing techniques work through the one thing. Oh, man. Also, this kind of sucks. I don't want it to be able to add multiple instances of itself. I guess maybe on that virtue we should be looping through everything. I don't know. Like, don't do the break anymore, just like keep looping. And that way, even if there are multiple instances of something, like it'll get deleted at some point. But I mean, it's not even getting deleted right now. That's why his head's not moving back up. Like, it's calling this. Something's wrong in this logic here. I mean, I suppose I don't need to use get instance ID. I could probably, like, do, like, object equals other object, because then it's just going to do, like, the memory address comparison, and they will be the same value. Like... Alright, we gotta get annoyingly finite with this, unfortunately. My god. Yeah, you know what, chat? Hold on. Before we do all this, let me, oh, shoot. We're gonna add a bunch of debugging and debug this deeper, but I'm gonna take a break real quick. BRB. Enjoy this super intense music from the soundtrack. Right. Let's keep this rolling, shall we? I don't mean this as an insult, but this does kind of sound like a song that would be in Mortal Kombat mythologies. Which is not a dig. There is some good music in that game, for the record. Some bad music, but not that much of it, honestly. If I can say one positive thing about that game, the soundtrack's actually pretty good overall. Okay. Oh, shoot. This might be... Well, I mean, why would that be null, though? I mean, it could be. That is a problem, a potential problem here. But, I'm a little lost here. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's be safe. Let's null check it, and then we'll know exactly what's up. Give me the instance ID up here. And then... Oh, crap. Maybe it was working, I just copy-pasted the debug message. Well, even still, I kind of want to know for sure. And also null check this, just because, like, we'll need to. Actually, here, how about this? Node 3D. Oh, geez. Node 3D. Target instance. Target. Just target. And we'll call get instance ID down here. Perfect, whatever. Now we don't need all this other stuff, I think. No potential null references at the very least. I guess... Maybe technically there are... Maybe I should be doing that up here. Well, no. There's no way, because I just checked is. Like, it doesn't get in here unless it is that type. Like... This object could be null, but like this as this cannot be null because of this checkup here. Well, we did end up rewriting a lot more stuff than I thought we would, but still, this is good. This is gonna be so fucking long as far as a debug message goes. Whatever. So here, just blanket return that, that's fine. Actually, you know what? I think what we do is just, for the sake of debugging, just leave that out of it. Well, probably shouldn't call that every single loop, but whatever. We're debugging right now. Once I get to the bottom of this, we'll chill. My suspicion is that, like, somehow whatever it's scanning in here just doesn't have an instance ID. I don't know how that's possible, but that based off what's happening, I don't know how else to explain this. Also, that probably doesn't make a lot of sense in terms of just, like, the game logic and what's happening with it, but whatever. Not speed 1. That's what my speed is already. Man, that frickin' shader really does a number on the screen the second you're like too far away. Target nodes count equals 0? No fucking way. How? What? Now I'm only seeing on area exited. Why is it? But he looked down, so like it briefly triggered at least. What the hell is happening? I don't get this. Like, it's never showing entered, it's only showing exited. But it did trigger the logic I was looking for, which is really annoying. Oh, maybe my cylinder's wider than I thought it was. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Added look at target note pickup. God, there's so many goddamn, like, invisible things on the map. Even if I did turn the gizmo on that shows me, like, a visual representation of all that stuff, I would be lost because you'd just see, like, non-stop, like, hitboxes everywhere. I still don't know what the fuck this is supposed to do, by the way. We just upgraded this version of Godot. The player looks like this now. I don't know how any of it works yet. So, I mean, it does seem to be working in terms of, like it eventually does take it out of the radius. I just wasn't moving far away enough, I think. So, okay. You know, I think maybe this might have been a problem already with the old logic, but we can fix it before we commit this code, I guess. Man, I really need to do an architecture diagram, or like something. I need more documentation in general. I assume you're still around, but I was saying earlier, I'm like, oh man, how the fuck are the other devs that are working on this gonna understand the code when I make it this convoluted? Okay, so this is not useful to us anymore. This does appear to be working as intended. Oh, and the on create, I don't need this any longer. The warning one should stay there. We had that one there just because stuff was breaking and I didn't understand why. Oh, right, target rotation is not in use because we commented all that code out. That's probably actually why the head is not resetting. Oh yeah, it totally is. Because we do set it to 0 here. But that does nothing because all of this logic to move towards a position is just not in play. Okay. Chat, this is gonna be wrong, but we can do it. Don't need that anymore either. I think this, so like he's gonna look in the wrong direction, but he will look at it and then he should look back forward after you walk away from it, is what I'm expecting here. Alright, well he's doing something, but doesn't really look like it. I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, that's working. I guess as far as all that stuff goes, we're good. We can probably delete that debugging logic. Still not deleting the, you know what, that could be useful in general, so I'll leave the line here, but it's not worth it, it's working, so who cares? Duh, of course it's only looking forward. I have a big old to-do to figure out, like, how do we calculate where to look? So I just deleted the old code that was just the wrong calculation. Although maybe I shouldn't have done that because it did have like the logic to do like give me the vector from here to there and normalize it, but whatever. That was using other variables, so I kind of needed to rewrite it anyway, I guess. Whatever. Let's commit what we got right now, because we did do some stuff. Oh god, I touched so many frickin' files. Again, I don't know why I hide the GitHub window from you guys. I mean, it might just be subconsciously out of shame because I'm not doing it on console, which, who cares? No one has ever chided me for using the GitHub desktop app. And if they did, I would just make fun of them, honestly. So, you know. What happened here? Hold on. Pause menu. Okay. I don't want to commit that. That looks like it's deleting the UI settings, and those are already broken. I'm nervous now. Make fun if you did use console. I use it at work if that's make funnable worthy. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes, like, it depends what I'm doing. If it's like a very simple thing, I'm usually doing it in console because it's faster, but usually I do like this tab or whatever. Oh, that actually syncs, duh. Oh my god, I can probably just use that. You. You for using console or you for using this? We don't have GitHub at work, so I can't use GitHub desktop app. Oh, you for console, fair enough. Some of my coworkers look at me like I'm a wizard, and I'm like, I'm just committing a file or creating a branch. It's not that big a deal, you know? I did have to rebase some stuff recently, which I could not figure out how to do UI-wise, so... Actually, it's not even that I couldn't figure out how to do it UI-wise, I felt safer doing it from console. Like, I am fully certain that there's a way to do that in here, in, like, this tab, but, like, I don't know what it is, and I do know how the rebase command works, so I'm gonna just use that, you know? Rather than just, like, wreck my company's, or one of my company's repositories for the sake of, like, whatever. I'm learning. I mean, honestly, it would just wreck my own branch and nothing else, probably, but... Anyway, all your rebase belong to you. I mean, it was my own dumbass fault. I forgot to pull the latest from main before fucking branching. Like... It's not like, oh, I'm in this weird situation where I have to rebase. Like, no, I created the situation, and... I made my bed, I had to sleep in it. Anyway... Vector math. We're finally here, chat. It only took us almost 3 hours, but okay. So I do have, well, I don't have any vectors yet, but I do have two, no, I have one vector. I have the up vector of the bone. Head bone transform dot up. Dot transform, nope, dot origin, no. Uh-oh, I think I've taken the wrong thing out of the bone, chat. Am I crazy? Does the transform not have like a vector, like an up vector? Looking at... You know what, chat? I said I was gonna do this, or I said I should have done this a while ago. I'm gonna do this now. Vector 3.up. Fuck it. The player, I don't need to calculate the player being rotated. Like, just up. Just up is fine. Like, I don't know why I was doing this. What's your vector, Victor? Nice. Nice reference, I appreciate that. Also, this is incredibly random, but I happen to know that, I mean, in general, honestly, it's no shade towards Int if you're still around, but, like, my audience way is older. It's shocker that I sit around coding and doing either super random indie games or just like games from like 20 plus years ago. It's amazing that I have an older audience on Twitch. For reference, I'm 35. In Twitch years, I'm a dinosaur, but in like actual years and like being a human, like a normal human being years, I'm, you know, I won't say I'm still young, but I wouldn't call myself old. For whatever reason, I consumed a lot of like older media as a kid. Like I watched a lot of Get Smart and fucking, oh god, what else? I don't know what tangent I'm going on here. I don't know. Point is, I know a lot of like random like things that I probably like shouldn't be familiar with just because of how old I am, that are like old, like outdate me going backwards. But also newer things too. My one friend said to me once, "You're the oldest Zoomer I know," and I'm like, "I'm not a Zoomer." Younger than my youngest child. Damn. Nice. Rock on. Also, I apologize, Frank. I was not trying to call you out. I was just like... blame Thab. But, like movies about gladiators. Are we talking like Ridley Scott's Gladiator? Because that movie's good. I never watched Rome. That's a TV show, I know, but people seem to like that one. I don't know if I would say I like movies with gladiators, but I mean, sure. It's fine. Oh, is Rome fine? Okay, I don't know. I haven't watched it. I have no clue. Have ever been in a Turkish prison? I have not. Prison there. I've barely been outside the United States, I'll be honest. I've been to Canada. Okay, to be fair, if I listen to how many countries I've been to, it sounds like I'm just constantly traveling. I just did a big trip when I graduated college. So I've been to Canada, the UK, specifically just in London. I mean, I was in other cities as well, but like I went from London in a bus. Did not get off the bus until I was in Amsterdam, so, you know. But yeah, I've been to the Netherlands, I've been to France, I've been to Germany, I've been to Austria, I've been to Italy, I've been to Switzerland. I think that's everything. I think that's all the countries I've ever been to in my life. I've been to Puerto Rico several times, but that's a US territory, so that's still the US. Dude, Puerto Rico's beautiful, man. Anyway, sorry, I'm like gushing now. Oh, oh my god, how did I miss all of this? Oh my god, dude, I'm a big. You're not gonna believe me after I say this, but I am a big Leslie Nielsen fan. That was actually part of my tangent. I have watched all of Police Squad, all 6 episodes of it. Well, actually, all right. I'm a big Leslie Nielsen fan is a wide statement. I'm a big Leslie Nielsen fan post Zucker Brothers era, like when he was doing comedies. Which does include the movie Creepshow that he was briefly in. He's in one of the stories. That was the first time I ever saw Leslie Nielsen in a role that was not like a comedy thing, and I was like, that's the comedy guy. Little did I know, like, he's a serious actor from like before his comedy era. Anyway. This is reminding me that I have a Mel Brooks DVD collection that I mean, I've seen most of Mel Brooks's movies, and they kind of are all the... no shade on... Hold on, he's still alive, isn't he? I hope he is. Fuck yeah, he's 98. Anyway, legend. Zucker and Abrams. Yeah, true. Right. But, you know, it's film stuff, you can only put, like, 2 names on director's credits. Nonsense, whatever. Dead and Loving It. That is one of the ones I haven't seen. I've seen Young Frankenstein, I've seen Robin Hood, I've seen The Producers, I've seen Blazing Saddles. That was the first one I saw, actually. And in typical Mel Brooks fashion, the first one you see is your favorite. That is my favorite Mel Brooks movie. Like, whatever. I've seen Spaceballs, I've seen History of the World. Okay, I'm gaslighting myself right now. I'm Googling this 1 second. History of the... Okay, there is a part 1. I've only seen History of the World part 2. I didn't know that. Anyway, Dead and Loving It's one I do want to watch sometime. I remember the first time I saw Young Frankenstein, it was after I had already read Frankenstein, the book, and I had seen the Universal, like, the old, was it 30s one? The, like, you know, old school horror movie in the vein of Dracula. I forget who the heck plays anyone in that movie. I know Bela Lugosi is like Dracula from the 30s Dracula movie, but what? All right, I'm going on like such a weird movie tangent. Sorry, I'm a movie guy. Oh, chat. I'm so excited. I love weird movies, and I have to date seen almost all of John Waters' filmography. But his first two films are like really like they're like basically lost media. Eat Your Makeup is actually lost media, but Mondo Trasho, his second movie, is hard to find, but I have a copy of it now, and I'm gonna watch that at some point. Other than that, everything after that he's made, as far as like a movie goes, I've seen. Ben Loving It's Leslie Nielsen comedy, not a bump. Oh, well then there you go. I am mistaken. But I'm still in on that. I have played a crappy indie game. Sorry, that's so mean, because it's clearly a game that was like made by a kid, so I feel bad like insulting it, but we did play it on Halloween one year. It's called Yoshi Dead and Loving It. That was an experience. That's all I gotta say. It's one of the best songs on the Pizza Sour soundtrack. Buckaroo Banzai is suitably weird. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh yeah, also, well, I mean, you know, because you've seen me playing weird video games, but I am also into weird video games. What am I doing? I don't even need this. Okay. I should not have started drinking, chat. Or no, actually, that part was fine. I should have, pardon me, started stream by doing the math. Oh my god, I'm burping. By doing the math to figure out this, like, angle. Like, we would be fine right now doing all this refactoring that we just did, but for some reason I saved the, like, most, like, thought-intensive part for the end of stream. Go figure. Anyway, give me 1 sec. I'm actually just gonna, like, commit the code I have, because I don't know why I stopped doing that, rather than try to do the math there. Refactored, look at logic by using an area 3D instead of scanning everything in the room. There we go. Chat, you know what okay, this is, I guess it is kind of a weird movie, but like, it's a weird movie that I feel like most people would be able to get into. It depends, I guess maybe not most people, but like a larger portion than you might expect considering what this movie is. I keep talking about this movie, but I'm a little bit obsessed with it. I watched it a couple months ago and I'm like still... Actually, not only have I watched it a couple months ago, like that was the first time I watched it, I've watched it 2 more times since. Mainly just because I was showing it to more people, but the 1960s comedy movie, sorry, the 1960s French-made comedy movie Playtime is an incredibly wholesome, like, I don't know, like, well, I wouldn't say I go for movies with like really intense themes and stuff, but like I'm susceptible to that stuff, and that tends to be where I tend to like wave like I don't know, whatever it might be, whether it's just like, you know, really like sad themes, really violent, like intense emotions. Like I go for that on average when I'm looking at like media. But like this is like a very like, it's just a fun movie. Not everyone, but certainly all you weirdos in chat. No, like, I feel like in the context, it's a comedy from the 60s. Also, you know, like foreign film. I mean, again, depends. I know there's a lot of people that aren't American in chat, so like, that means nothing in my chat, but generally speaking, you know, I'm speaking in English right now, so unless you're from some other English-speaking country, which there's plenty, but whatever. Dude, this song fucking rocks so hard. Anyway, point is, when I say like, hey, check out this French comedy from the 60s, like so many people would be like, no, absolutely not. But like, there is so much humanity in it. I love it. I love it. I don't want to spoil it, but it's great. It's soulful, as the kids say. What the hell is the thing I'm looking for? I'm looking for, oh no, I need to, okay. I have 2 points. You take these 2 points, you subtract, I don't know why I'm like leaning into my microphone. I'm like eating the damn thing at this point. Okay. Our from is us, so we want to do 2 minus from, right? Thank you, autocomplete, for choosing the wrong thing of 2 things you could have chosen. Alright, so now we got ourselves a vector. Normalize it. Always normalize your vectors, chat. And then we either need to do a cross product or a dot product. No, neither of those. Hold on. Any mathematicians in chat? You know, I minored in math. I also, okay. I minored in math in a very incidental way. Like, there was so much math I had to take to get my computer science degree that, like, I basically just needed a couple more credits, and I'm like, I have a bunch of floating credits that I need as, like, a degree requirement. And I like math, so I'm just going to take a couple more math classes. I think it was like 2 more classes. It was really not that bad. For the same reasons, I also have a minor in philosophy. I needed a certain number of liberal arts credits, and I didn't... Like, okay, history is important, but history classes, like, I don't know, I don't... When I was in college, at least, I just didn't like taking them, so I took, like, the minimum amount I needed. And then, like, writing courses... Didn't really like that either. I took a film course, but like I was a fucking annoying college kid, chat. I was really into philosophy. Shout outs to my one fucking like damn near best friend. I don't know. I don't like to say like, oh, this person's my best friend. It's like it's more of like an inner circle. Like there's people that I'm like incredibly close with and they know who they are. And I said some shit to him that he should, like, not... We should not be as close as we are. That guy is awesome. I do sure hope he shows up to my wedding later this year. The full math major, because I barely needed any more classes for it. Fuck yeah. Oh, so you dual majored? That's awesome. Alright, now I'm just calling out all the nerds in chat. Anyway. But yeah. Having said all of that about how much math I've done and how much I like math, allow me to now Google how to get angle between 2 vectors. It auto-completed. I'm sure I've searched this already. Oh no. Chat. Exposed. The beast exposed. I saw his tweet today. You say minus AI. Gemini's not supposed to come up. He's wrong. Anyway. I didn't know if that would work, but whatever. Angle equals the cosine... Oh, wait, shit, no. The inverse cosine of u times v divided by... Wait, why am I reading... No, I'm fucking reading Gemini. Get out of here. Not inverse cosine, a tangent, or... No, wait. No, yeah, Gemini was just, like, wrong, I think. Also, what the fuck is wumbo.net? That's where I'm getting my information from. No, I need a 3D one. Hold on. Okay, so cosine of the angle is equal to... Wait, what's that symbol? Hold on. This is just me being drunk, not me not knowing. What the fuck? Oh no, okay, that's the symbol for vector, right, yeah. So the dot product of A and B divided by the epsilon... No. Bar means something else, right? Oh, magnitude, okay. Magnitude of A, vector A, times... Wait, times? Fuck. Congrats on your impending. Yeah, thank you. It's not for a couple months, but we are excited. We are stressed. It's your average wedding. Also, chat, there's not many. Whatever, fuck it. I'm telling this anyway. I don't know if I have told this story before, actually. So, like, Possum and I were, like, effectively dating before this, but, like, our first, like, official date, we were at a particular... we went to a concert. It was the band AJJ, but not a great band in terms of, like, picking, you know, a song from that would be good for a wedding because it's a punk band, but whatever. The venue that we were at, our wedding DJ works at that venue as like a sound person. And we had like, so we had like her lined up, and then we also had like a company that like does like wedding DJ stuff. And like the guy we talked to, he was like with the other company, like he was great, like whatever, but like as soon as we like started talking to like the other person, she's like, oh yeah, I do weddings all the time, like yeah, I get the exact vibe you guys are going for, where like you guys don't have like traditional musical taste, but you also want it to be appropriate for everyone in the crowd, you know. I could not be more stoked on that front. Also, our photographers are like a married couple that are like, we did our engagement photos a couple months ago, and like we were already like totally sold on them, but like after that shoot, we realized that they have the same freaking gremlin energy that we do. And it was amazing. I'm like, okay, we've just picked like, we've got at least 2 people down correctly. Also, our caterers were very hyped for, but that's neither here nor there. It's just a place that we know of that supplies food to a restaurant we like. Don't want to get closer by 9 Inch Nails. I mean, to be fair, I'm in Cleveland. Trent doing some Trent Reznor shit. That's just local, baby. Bro, that's so cool. Yeah, right? I'm very happy with where we're at right now. Again, there's still a lot of stress because it's a wedding. Also, my dad wants me to invite like 2 of his friends that are currently feuding with each other. I don't know what they're like. Again, I'm 35. My dad is fucking 70. His friends are actually, I'm pretty sure both of those 2 friends are even older. I don't know, I'm pointing at them. They're not over there, but like, what the fuck? Like, grow up. I don't know, man. But he's like, yeah, invite these guys. And I'm like, okay, I'll invite them. Are they gonna, like, cause trouble? Because, like, don't do that at my wedding, please. You married playing video games? You're living the dream. No, I'm making video games right now. We're in the worst position possible. Dude, never make... Alright, chat, here's the actual advice. Torpid redeemed a hot take a while ago, and I'm glad he's gone, because he's not going to want to hear me say these words. That's my business partner, by the way, / friend / I was gonna say landlord, not anymore. I did used to live in a house that he owned, so I was like renting from him technically, but like it's like we're friends, so it's not like whatever. Like on paper, he was my landlord, but whatever. Shit. What was my... Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, do not make video games, chat. It's pain. It's non-stop pain. I hope tonight, at least, has proven that this is non-stop pain. That's all. Although, if you're motivated enough, do it. Also, you don't need to go, like, as far as I'm going with making games, but, you know, whatever. Genuinely though, like if on top of this I was like also just like if I made games for a living, then I would actually be like, I mean, I can't deny I very much like my life right now. I mean, it's weird to say in current year, but whatever. In spite of the horrors, I persist, chat. Vector to look at point is that. Then we take the up, and then we do this. Good for you. Right on. Right on. Seriously? I'm trying my best. That's all. Chad, I had the formula. Okay, so we need to take the A cosine of that crazy formula I said. So hold on. Let me just write this out on screen. A cosine of... Since I can't do... Well, I guess I could just do this vertically with a long comment, but whatever. Oh yeah, I never finished telling that story of the one time I blue screened my PC using C++. I was making a ray tracer, and I had a bad loop exit condition that was like changing the color of pixels on my screen, so it kept changing them, and like my computer's like, "What are you doing? Fuck you!" And it just crashed. That's the only time I've ever written code that just blue screened the computer that I was using. Vec A dot Vec B over mag of Vec A times mag of Vec B seriously and jokingly? Yeah. Exactly. Alright. We need to make this a reality now. Also, I probably shouldn't be doing this math like every second of the game, but that is legitimately partly why I have the like, okay, we have this timer, like don't fucking do this every frame of the game because it's gonna crash performance like instantly. Like, will it cause a visual delay? Sure, but again, there's smoothing to the player looking somewhere, so if their like look at update target is off by a second, oh well, whatever, at a second tops, so in worst case scenario. Anyway, sorry, I'm overthinking the fuck out of this feature. You know what's really funny? I didn't even think about adding this. This is a very necessary feature for the record, but like I didn't even think about adding this until I was on a meeting with one of the other people working on this with me. And this is honestly, like, I guess she's like the concept artist. She's been on stream. It's that person that's been with me like a couple times. It's like to the side. Like, Possum and I have never streamed together like on camera. We've streamed together like off camera. Like, Possum doesn't want to be on camera, is the long short of it. But my one friend, I'm trying to think of like what I refer to her as, just in terms of like, I don't know. Like, I just have her name. I think that's all she's ever gone by on stream, but whatever. Anyway. She was like, oh yeah, you should make it so like the player looks at stuff, and I'm like, you're right, why did I not think of that? So I added like a ticket in my Jira board, you know, ironically, the platform I'm thinking of is also owned by Atlassian. Trello, my Trello board. And then I tried doing it like a couple months ago, and I was like, wow, this is really fucking hard, I give up. And now we're back doing it again, and we're way closer now, actually. If this is correct, and this is not, that formula is not from Google AI, that's a website I found. Let me see what happens. So there's probably like math f dot, yeah, a cosine, there we go. A cosine of, we need a number. Vector to look at point, not invoke, what the fuck? Magnitude. Dot length. Dot. Well, magnitude's gonna be 1 anyway, right? Because I normalized it. That is a little weird. Maybe this isn't right. Hold on, let me go look at this again. No, I am looking at the AI. No, dang it. How to find an angle between two 3D vectors, or two vectors in 3D space. There we go. Holy hell! Holy hell! Oh, chat, why am I like this? all I had to do was follow the damn train, CJ. Vector 3 dot up dot angle 2. Fucking hell, man. Why is this not okay? What? It wants a vector 3. Are you not a vector 3? Vector 3 minus vector 3. Because it's normalized? Oh. I hope it doesn't matter that it's not normalized. I mean, it can't possibly, right? Oh, yeah, the angle doesn't really matter in terms of like the magnitude of the the thing, right? Okay, but is that in cosine or well, okay, no. This is a Godot method. It's gonna be in whatever the fucking like okay. It's only because I've been burned so much by this on Straylight that I think like, oh, it's gonna give me like fucking whatchamacallit. Oh, float? No, that's not exactly what I want. Uh-oh. Oh, that is in Radiance also, I guess. Crud. This is probably what I need. I'm shocked this soundtrack is still going. I feel like it should be over by now. I'm not even mad about it. I'm just like pleasantly surprised, I suppose. Anyway, chat, I don't know why I'm like, I mean, I guess because I'm in the middle of getting married that I'm just really happy and gushing right now. It also does help that I know I keep saying this. I've said this mainly. Okay, I haven't said any insane shit tonight, but like I've been saying, not insane shit, but like I've been you know getting a little real with some things in conversation in the last couple streams this week, and I think a large part of that is the fact that like Hassan and I went to a punk show on Sunday or not Sunday, on Saturday, and like. I'm amped up in like the best and worst way possible. Also found like 3 new bands that I liked because actually, hell no, 4 I guess. All right, here's the weirdest thing about that show, chat, and I don't know. Actually, I guess I could look this up. I'm gonna look it up. Although you know what, there's very little chance that the headliner of the concert we went to they don't exist on Wikipedia. But surely... Oh, yeah, no. No, the opener also is not... Whatever. Anyway, point is, one of the 3 openers, the front woman of the main band was playing, like, as, like, I don't know if she sang any of the songs as one of the openers, but, like, she was there playing music. She had a guitar. Or a bass, I don't know. I don't know music. You think I'm bad at coding, chat, and no one has literally ever said that in here at least, because I don't know, people are polite. Not that I'm bad. Now it sounds like I have like some imposter syndrome going on. It's not that at all. Okay, let's print this out. But yeah, anyway, point is, one of the like. Actually, not even just someone from the main act, like it was like the front woman, the like main like band member was like a side band member in like one of the openers. And I don't know if that's just like normal, like that's like, because I hadn't seen that band before, any of those bands actually. Okay, so I should be able to see this probably a lot now since I'm standing here. It's Pi. Wait, why is it Pi? Why is it always Pi? It definitely should have updated at some point, right? Quick thing, this dot transform gives you a transform to the local space. It is the global space. You can do dot local transform. No, sorry. Yes, no, that. Dot local transform if you want local. It's like, I forget, Unity is the same way, right? Like default is global and then local is if you say local, I think. But yeah, this dot transform. Uh-oh, chat. Uh-oh. 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 I'm wrong. Yeah, you know what? Probably should do that. That might be why we have 90 degrees the entire time, but I'm not sure that that's actually true. We'll see, though. It's crazy how much math is involved in, like, making games, even when it's not, like, you know. Hopefully we see different numbers when I get out of here. Please. Yay, different numbers! Thank you, Int. You maybe saved us. I mean, to be fair, I don't know what to do with this number, though. Like, it's still part of the problem here. So that's just the angle. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the docs here, because I think that there's probably, like... Oh! Okay, hold on. There are methods here. Returns a vector bounced off a plane. That's cool. Clamp, yeah, cool. Clamp F, blah, 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 blah. Cross product, yeah. So, okay, let me kind of explain the problem space a bit better to y'all. So our target rotation, we need this is going to be a vector 3. Also, by the way, I don't think I even need this to be nullable anymore. Stand corrected, but I will fix this. No, I don't need this at a default. Yeah, that just cleans up the code in general. Oh, this is where the lyrics pop in, chat. I'm popping out. Let's get some SNES music. Not the Sim City. Ken Griffey Jr.'s winning run. No, I skipped it. Now we're on Last Bible. Whatever. Look at the docs. Transform property is a local space. Yeah, no, yeah. That, you actually, like, saved us, like, some headaches there, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, the debug message did, like, show me, like, oh yeah, that's wrong, because it was showing the same value no matter, like, whether I moved or not. Hell yeah, baby. Well, I do appreciate regardless, you know, it's like... Okay, so I'm trying to do a slurp to do a smooth transition towards a position. Because the way we rotate the thing, like, you give it like a vector 3 that is the offset from the origin rotation wise, and that's in degrees, which also, like, I mean, I can convert radians to degrees, it's not a problem, but it's very funny that, like, the only number I have now is just a random radian. I think I need to rotate that around the up vector. Maybe? Like, apply that to, like... Let's see here. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be doing all the slurp stuff before I, like, know what I'm supposed to be doing at all, but at the same time, like, I've done enough slurps at this point to, like, gradually transition something to something. I think this should be fine. I don't know. The I think is, seeding some doubt in myself right now. Yeah. Well, regardless, I'm just gonna look at, like, all of the methods on Vector 3. Octahedron decode. The fuck? Octahedron encode. Chat, wait a second. What if... Okay, this is not going to work, but I'm gonna try it. Is there a vector 3 dot rotate towards? No. Unfortunately, no. Unless, well, actually, hold on. Maybe though. Um. Oh, well, this doesn't help me like gradually do it though. Sorry, you only get to help me once tonight. That's a lie. You may be able to guide my fairly inebriated ass into the solution here. Okay, I have an idea though. Like, forget any of this. Take this. What if we just set it to this? Oh no! It's fine though. By the way, I do need to like, I need to grant you access to the repo. And the Trello board too. No rush, but here, I was going with that. Alright, what if we just set this to that? What happens? Oh wait, no, hold on. That's gonna be in no, that's fine. Well, actually, now I want to normalize it. Why? Oh my god, that's why. You don't... My syntax was off. That's why I was complaining earlier. It's not because I was normalizing, it was because it was like, oh, well... You didn't call the method, you just said the method name. You know, that probably should have raised some more red flags in my book the first time around, but whatever. Let's see what this does. I don't think this is going to do what I want it to do, I'm going to be honest. Like, we tried this already, but we tried it with the localized vector like changes, so like maybe this actually will work. I doubt it though. I can only assume there's like 1,000 errors firing off right now. Because he's doing nothing, which is like terrifying. Huh. I mean, there's 3 errors, but that's like, that's some like debug shit. It's not an actual issue. Like, angle 2 is a key factor here. Hold on. Godot convert angle 2 to... Oh, okay, here we go. Not vector 2, but misspelled. Thank you. You can use trigonometry. I mean, I'm sure that's fine, but... Wait, hold on. Someone logged an issue here. Yes! 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 Oh my god, you absolute champion. This user, Kobe Wee. This is from 2020, but this is fucking math, chat. Like, it's gotta be right. Okay, so we take angle 2... our target angle rads then target rotation is going to equal... No, that's only for vector 2. Wait, okay, so we want to rotate around the y-axis. We want to... Wait, shit. No, we do rotate around all 3, don't we? Because, yeah, y-axis would be looking left and right, x-axis would be up and down, z-axis... Wait. Hold on. I'm losing it, chat. Yeah, so that would be left and right. This would be up and down. And this would be... Well, actually, are we rotating on the z? I don't know. No, that would be up and down. This would be head tilt left and right. Maybe we ignore that? I don't know. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to ignore that and see what happens. It's like, I mean, I guess technically speaking, you do kind of move your head in 3D when you're looking around, right? Like, dude, this is like a solved problem. I don't know why I'm struggling so hard with this. Genuinely, I have no clue. Let me make sure I got the right axes here. No, yeah, X is the one we want to ignore for this experiment at least. So 0 for X, but then I might mix these up, but it'll be really obvious if I mix them up. Mathf dot cosine of target angle. That's right, it's taking radians, good. And then we do sine of the other one. This feels like I'm doing something mildly ass backwards here. Set target rotation to but not degrees. Radians. Alright, let's see what the hell this gives us. I don't have high hopes for this, but like, there's a chance this just works, and that would be amazing. Damn it. Why'd I set it to 2? Why is his head no longer moving, chat? What have I done? Okay, so here's the problem, right? That's all well and fine, but I need to convert those radians to degrees because for whatever fucking reason the offset works in degrees. That might be correct, however, the values are not in the right units. I don't know whether it's like moving the head or not, but it might be. I don't know. No, I meant to do Godot. What's the function for doing that? Because I'm sure there's just like a thing, right? Rad2deg, gotcha. Mathf.rad2deg. That music is awesome, chat. Speed 3. Please work. I mean... it's not completely wrong. Alright. I like that the snaps back. He's just going a little too far in terms of looking at the items. I didn't think his head could rotate that far, but I guess the constraints on the skeleton doesn't really like lock him in that hard. It's still wrong, but it's like, this is like pretty correct though. And like annoyingly. And like, yeah, when I'm facing this way, sure, his head will not go all the way around, but that's because of the bone structure. Like, there are limits to how much you can offset it. We got somewhere, chat. I think we call that a win, and you know what? It's almost midnight. I think I'm done deving, but got a Blatro addiction that I gotta feed, chat. Not a bad calculation. Like, I need to tune this in. It's not fully right. It might be completely wrong, but it looks like it's like in the neighborhood of being right now. It's just going like a little too hard. Maybe I need like some constraints to like not go past a certain point or whatever. But yeah, I think we've done it. I think we've gotten like the at least the like core framework of what we need in terms of like calculating what angle to go to. Yeah. I wouldn't say this feature's done, because obviously he's like looking into his own chest, but for now, we'll call it there. GG's, whatever. Feature complete. Actually, not complete. Feature not complete. Feature in a better spot than it was earlier tonight. Wait, hold on, I'm gonna commit the code. Let's do that first, then we'll sign out. Not sign out. I'm gonna play a game real quick to close stream out, but beyond that, I think those are the only 2 files we actually touched, right? Like the script, and then... Actually, I don't even know that... Yeah, I didn't touch the player's scene. Okay, Godot does this weird thing where, like, if you have, like, a scene open, like, I have a bunch open, right? But, like, if you're focusing on it, if there's an animation playing, it will just continuously update the fucking, like, rotation information, even though that's, like, not related to anything. It's just like, yeah, here's where this is. I don't know why it does that. Anyway, point is, yeah... implemented actually looking at an object that the player is supposed to look at. Broken. Probably shouldn't put that at the end of the very long commit sentence, but whatever. Anyway, give me a second, I'll get that set up. I think we'll just do like a Balatro run. I don't know why. I'm Balatro brain, chat. That's all I got. But yeah, stream's not ending, but game dev is ending. We'll pick this back up on Sunday. I'll probably be working on something different this coming Sunday, like in the game, same project, but like not this feature. We're not done with this feature, for the record. You know what, actually off stream I'm probably gonna go disable the like head rotation stuff, because that's really annoying if you pull the code down. But yeah, for now though, at least we'll leave it be. We'll move on to other stuff, and I'll probably unearth this again sometime soon and make it actually work. We're very close. I feel like we're very close, but I do need to put it down right now because I'm tunnel vision. Anyway, let's get that set up, shall we?